Hello, viewers. I'm SB.
And I'm Amabel.
She's rocking out so hard right now, y'all. She's throwing up the horns with every hand the good Lord gave her.
It's day 66.
It's day 66, and that's almost it's as good as we're getting as far as the numbers go. You know what I keep meaning to do? I did not take pictures of the I did not take screenshots of the pages of the book that talk about the blessings from the shrine. I keep meaning to go back and find that episode and get screenshots from the video footage, and I haven't done it yet, and I ought to do that.
How do you keep track of that stuff? Because like you do episode titles and descriptions, and we're recording these so far ahead of time.
I sure do. All right, what do you think?
I say shelter or shrine.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if we have any particular. The only thing that makes me think the trading post might be useful is that if we find the mailroom, we really got to make sure we get the magnifying glass. Right?
Sure. Well, the reason why we want to go to the mailroom is try to find stamps.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that go into the stamp book in the library, though?
Maybe. It might be the case that we only have one in there because, like, we have been in the mailroom with the magnifying glass before, but the fact that the book prompts you to have a magnifying glass to look at the stamps makes me think that that's a critical component of looking at the stamps in the first place. You know, I don't hate shelter and shrine. We have a blessing yet. We have one more day on our blessing of the Tinkerer, which I would rather not overwrite. I think so, yeah. I believe so. I can't check right now because blueprints. You should always be able to pull up the fucking blueprint screen. Like, there's no reason.
Yeah.
Terrible design.
That'll be the next patch.
with the accessibility features, because fuck you. That's why.
Eventually they'll have usability features and accessibility features.
I'm not opposed to shelter, honestly. Like,
okay.
I think shelter's fine. Shelter does some nice stuff for us, and the safe should just be open now. So we can run down here, we can get this, and we can start up
as it should be.
Start up a laboratory experiment. I'm still not sure how we would mess with the radiation sensor, because the fact that that's there suggests to us that we can, right?
Yeah, maybe.
But how? But how, though? It's very strange. All right, experiment set up. Let's do a thing.
Well, we're great from a tunnel.
Ooh.
Fireplace tunnel?
And a letter. Ugh. I do think it's fireplace. I think we're really close to being done with letter, and we're trying to pull the mailroom anyway.
Okay.
The fact that this is here tells us we're not done with the tunnel, but we have no idea how not done. I would love to
check the tunnel.
I would love to be finished with the mailroom thing, and like I said, I think there's room for like one more letter. So let's find out if I'm right or not.
Can we also just run over to the tunnel before we go into the
of course we are. Because it may well be the case that there are sort of intermediate rewards, right? We may not have to pull all of the things to get everything.
The experiments are pulled from the list that we made, so it's entirely possible that once we're done removing crates from the tunnel, it's still going to be on there until we take it off the list.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. And the thing I said was absolutely like a reasonable video game thing, not a blueprints. A video game made by a person who does not hate you would certainly pull the thing from the list if it was done.
And this is why I like blueprints. I also am mad at it. Like don't get me wrong. Like I'm very frustrated by a lot of it, but I do like when there is
actually we are very close.
Yeah, like 3 more boxes maybe.
There is no way to remove more than 2 boxes from this tunnel without us getting access to that doorway.
No,
Oh,
No,
there's a box right there still. So yeah,
okay, so
it
at
could
least
be as
it
many
might
as
be
3.
4 boxes.
What? Amabel, we
There are
could.
two boxes up top,
Yeah,
but we still need to remove one to move through.
yeah.
So that's 3, and then
Which
they
is
might
more
remove
than
the.
what I said. What did I say? More than 2? Are you being
Well,
difficult?
I thought you said no more than 2. I would say we need to remove at least 4, at most 4.
Amabel,
Yeah,
are you being
I'm
difficult?
sorry.
All right. So we have a key card. We have 1 day
Mhm.
left on our Blessing of the Tinkerer. So just pulling
Okay.
gear rooms will fire our experiment. And we were talking about this, and basically we're just looking for the mailroom right now. I have our list of blueprints things open, and like maybe try to bring the real crown to the throne
The throne
room
room,
is maybe something. Um,
and then
we
if we can get
still
the tomb and ladyship the same day.
yeah, which we did not today. Um,
Yeah.
but if we're trying to get a particular room, it seems to me that the best thing to do is to try to get to the antechamber relatively quickly. Actually, I should probably not have. Well, but the throne room has a lever in it that opens the back door, right? And the throne room's common
Yeah.
because we commonized it. I'm just gonna go. But yeah, I think our play is get to the antechamber, get into the antechamber, into room 46 as quickly as possible, and get the crown. The crown is tremendously helpful for digging for a particular room, but we do still need to actually like make sure we're getting items and stuff. I think parlor room's not bad here at all, actually. With a fireplace that is not lit, but magnifying glass, yay!
Yay!
All right, this could be a good day. The letter B appears twice on the box that contains the gems. All statements that contain more than one B are true. The blue box contains the gems. Okay. So, the letter B appears twice on the box that contains the gems.
There are 2 B's on that box.
There are 2 B's on this box. There's 2 B's on this box.
Mm-hmm.
But there's only 1 B on this box. So that doesn't mark this certainly true.
Yeah, in fact, if this...
Okay, all statements that contain more than 1 B are true has to be false, because otherwise all
Right.
3 of the boxes are true. So this box is entirely false.
But if both of these are true, then white is true. So therefore, one of these needs to be false.
Yeah, I'm trying
Right?
to figure out trying to figure out which one's the true one. Cuz yeah, you're right. Like this statement being false means that one of the other boxes is false. So there's only one true box. The letter B appears twice on the box that contains the gems is true because both of the remaining boxes have 2 letter B's. So that means this one is false, so the gems are in the black
one
box.
has the box. Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna be in the black box. I hope.
Yeah, that's solid.
Okay.
That was all solid logic. Solid,
We did
brilliant,
okay on that
beautiful logic. From a solid, brilliant, beautiful lady. I do like a spare terrace here.
Are you talking about yourself? You're so cute. You're such a beautiful lady.
Ridiculous. Thank you.
It's
though.
true.
Thank you.
I'm looking at you. I'm looking at your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, what'd be sick is to dig up a key. Would love to see a key. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't hate a turnip.
Love a turnip.
I do think we probably want to get out on this side of the house now that we have free green rooms. Of course, that door's locked.
Right. We don't have any keys.
This is what I'm saying. We're gonna have to return to the We're gonna have to return to the entrance hall and go right at some point here. All right, a letter has been delivered to the mailroom. Got ourselves a power pack. This isn't the fire starter, right? What is it's the magnifying glass and something.
A magnifying glass in the metal detector, I think, but you want
Oh,
the
yeah.
magnifying glass
Yes, yeah, of course.
intact.
Of course, of course. All right, let's go left from the entry hall at first. West,
All right.
westwards. Well, yeah. No, I'm not wavering. I guess we can check here. Boudoir with 2 dice in it unfortunately runs directly into a wall. And this is a common room, right? We'll get this again in a better position, I'm sure. I don't hate taking the bedroom. Okay, no bedroom items, unfortunately. Den seems pretty fine. This isn't like a horrible position for an indoor nursery, but... Okay, maybe there were a whole bunch of letters left, actually. I thought the way they were laid out on that table, it seemed like there was only room for one, but we, you know... Yeah, let's go down here. Okay, drawing room with all the exits open is pretty nice. Closet. See, I don't hate closet here either, though, because we already have access to that space next to the entrance hall from the entrance hall. Yeah, or lockpicks or something. Like this could do something.
Closet?
Yeah, I think this is an okay spot to drop a dead end. A key and a die is like very good. I think.
Remember, we have shelter, so if we pull.
Oh, that's true.
Lavatory. It will be like a closet.
Yeah. Which is to say, still not a thing that we like want. Okay, I do think we should use our throne room. That's a good thing. That's a good pull. So we brought the fake crown in here, right? It's just the real crown that we haven't tried.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything that we're looking to power at this point? I don't think so, right? We managed to power the laundry room. So I'd rather just hallway here and grab the key, I think.
Just hallway, yeah.
Yeah. Not getting maximum doorways off the hallway, but like keys. But like, what about keys though?
What about keys though? Okay, now chapel. Remember,
This is not a very good chapel drop.
No, it's not. Do you want to redraw? Or do you want corridor?
No, I don't want to spend a die here. We want to try to use the die to make sure we get the mailroom, right? Like, so we're not trying to draw it in a place where it's not ideal to get the mailroom in the first place. Now, like, this is a fine chapel draw, I would say.
Yeah.
Thank you, shelter. Is this locked from this side? It is not. Well, I feel like it would be very foolish to pass up the mailroom.
Yeah.
Turns out we don't have to put any extra effort into forcing anything. And also, we placed an order. I did kind of forget about that, but that's real good. So, okay. We got a stamp somewhere. We have our magnifying glass. Like, this really could not have lined up much better. I was trying to figure out, where did we get that stamp from? Because it might have been from...
Yeah, I don't think it was in the mailroom, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember us ever, like... So see, these do have stamps on them.
Okay. Well, Archer.
Oh yeah, see, it's putting letters up in. Oh man, if there can be letters in the cubbies, there might be 1,000 more letters. That's interesting because we can almost kind of see that stamp.
Yeah. What's the one
So
to
wait,
the right of it?
I love more, but they're all going to be from the same place, aren't they?
Well,
no, I'm sorry. That's a silly thing to say. I was like, he's only sending the letters from one place, but that's not. The stamps are not necessarily indicative of where he's. They're just stamps. They could have a variety of things on them. Okay, so the Vera shores show people riding a giant turtle.
why the fuck haven't we seen that in the game yet? Why don't we have a giant turtle to ride?
Why am I not taking screenshots is the real question. Yeah, Amabel.
Yeah.
Why am I not taking screenshots is the real question.
I don't know.
What's the story with that? Now, this one I don't think is actually telling us anything we don't already know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and see, the way he holds the paper over the letters makes it
Simon,
so you can't.
little...
Simon, you're a real asshole sometimes.
You little dipshit.
Okay, so this had value beyond the letters, because of course it did. The Eastern Reign at Tarius Yena. So that's east. Well, then it's just the word Aries.
Yeah.
East Aries. Yena. So, Yena means reign or like ruler?
That could be.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Flipping over to my notes. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Okay. One of the statues in the foyer says Je'ari Yena on it.
Okay.
Do you remember? It's the one that doesn't. There's like five that are like Lord William blah blah blah, Baron Thomas. One of them says Je'ari Yena, and I theorized that it was a foreign word for ruler.
Okay.
And now we have okay. All right. Oh, you know what? I thought of something else. I will run that down later. All right. Yep. The green dirigibles of nuance. This we knew already. I will say this again is this is a thing that we've praised the game for multiple times, and I would like to repraise the game for it now. I really do appreciate how the effort they put into making sure that clues are available from multiple avenues for things. Yeah. That's really.
I wish
really
I could
nice.
read that text in that Morajai stamp, but I can't seem to. This is just. Brenda Aries, okay. Yeah, we know about
that's the one we have already, unfortunately. This is the other one we have already, but we may as well. In fog we are lost, in fire we are found. Okay, this is the first of the letters we hadn't read yet, I believe. If you do end up accessing the admin controls in Blackbridge Grotto, I'm sure you noticed the sealed circular door to the left of the terminal. As you have concluded, this door can only be opened if 3 different microchips are inserted in the pedestal. Normally, all 3 microchips are kept secured in 3 other locations, but I decided to make it easy for you and have left one of the microchips in the grotto for easy access. However, you'll have to find a new clue or 2 to find the others. Yep, okay. Thanks, Randolph. And then this is somehow the stamp we already had.
Okay.
Which is weird, because we definitely didn't have this letter yet. We must have gotten it from somewhere else. Simon, I'm honestly very impressed with the number of experiments you've been successful in executing. I certainly wasn't expecting to write this many letters when I started our correspondence. Frankly, I'm not quite sure what other advice I can offer in the blind without knowing directly what challenges you currently face on the estate. For all I know, you've long since reached room 46 and are just continuing your unaccompanied exploration, stag, happy and free of the maids and staff crowding the halls and getting in your way. I can't say I blame you, and I'm sure the other members of the household are quite enjoying their extended vacation, provided they're still getting paid. Speaking strictly for myself, however, I cannot wait to get back and begin working with you directly. Helping you through these letters has only whetted my imagination, and to be candid, our collaboration in this correspondence has reminded me so much of working with Mary. This has been a completely one-way communication. Everybody is so fucking weird. I know she's proud of you until the day I return, Randolph. At this point, like...
You have to make the little rich boy feel like the specialist boy in the world. He's so smart.
And he might want to hire new staff if you're not careful. Oh, hey, one from our dad. With just that same stamp again.
I think we saw that one.
Hey, buddy. You know what? This might have been here before. You're yelling at me right now to come bring you a pillowcase. That's right. That's right. Never mind.
Later, alligator.
So we've definitely triggered it more than twice today. There were two new. There were like 2 new letters.
Times. Yeah.
So, I think we have then finished it.
I think we've lettered. Yeah. I mean, we obviously can come back if we trigger it again. And
I mean, those stamps were. I don't know how much information it was exactly, but it's certainly a lot of new stamps.
Yeah. I'll be interested to see if those actually show up on in the library book.
So hold on, what are we doing now? We were hauling ass to the antechamber to get the crown. I guess we're still trying to get the crown to bring it to the throne room.
Yeah.
Because we've never done that.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a key card. Not a horrible time for a courtyard, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Free sledgehammer, also good. Coins and pebbles. Two different styles of door. Break room is oriented badly.
I mean, are we redrawing this time?
I don't hate the garage here. Since we have the courtyard pointed where it's pointed. And it gives us 3 keys, yeah. It's like the only thing that we're short here is access. Okay. Come on, drawing room. You're killing me. Dark room's really well doored.
Yeah, and it doesn't, we're sheltered from it.
Yeah. The thing is, I just don't really care. Like, it feels almost like a waste to pick this as one of your sheltered red rooms to me.
Yeah.
But whatever. The doors are important. Also, you know what? Yeah, there's this spot where there's often an item. So that makes it good. Just trying to make sure there's not any other items sitting around. Okay. Security seems fine.
Okay, yeah.
Turn up the incidence of the thing. So this is a puzzle we still haven't actually figured out yet.
Which one is that?
The delete it puzzle.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then, I don't know, this doesn't matter, but whatever. So, the bank of monitors with the deleted picture is just showing these monitors, just the central 11 here. it's the spare room, the walk-in closet, no archives, the nursery, the nook, the storeroom, the office, the nursery, the gallery, one of the hallways. Is this the hallway?
I think just the hallway, because the West Hall has the windows.
Yeah. And you can see at the very bottom left, you can see where the T shape at the wall starts. Security room, obviously. And then the showroom. So I was kind of wondering if maybe the first letters of the name spell something, but they don't. I'm gonna add this to the list here.
The spare room.
Yeah.
That hasn't changed.
Oh, you are correct that is not updated. There is furniture in the spare room that is not represented on that monitor. So these are not live footage of these rooms.
Yeah. Except for the
security room, obviously.
Do you think we could try to find the camera in the archive? Or any of the rooms, I guess, but...
That's interesting. The security camera here would be... Yeah, I mean, that security camera definitely doesn't exist. Also interesting to note that no matter which way we are turned, the Simon in the image is facing directly at the computers.
Oh, there, it just updated.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's facing directly at the computers, despite the fact that I am now facing more away than toward. So no, my guess is no. They have not bothered to render the security cameras.
Okay.
Well, then that's
not part of the puzzle then.
Probably not. Probably not.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Still, one more thing for the list.
You know, I appreciate the restraint of not replaying the cinematic every time we've entered the...
Because you know they wanted to. All right. I do like archives here. This will be our third protected room. Out of curiosity, though, if we were to look up to that area...
Because this is the room that was marked in the deleted thing.
Yes. That's what I...
Yeah.
Yup. Yeah, I don't know. Stuff that we still don't have clear. There are threads. There are threads to be pulled. So... we still need access to the antechamber from this side.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking for right now.
Yeah.
I guess it's better to lean up into the corner here because we can access the foundation gives us some access there, and we've already used the laboratory computer.
All right.
I think this is better. I'm not really sure. We have 1 billion steps. I'm not going to buy anything right now. So we need access. All pretty good.
Yeah.
The dining room at least gives us a doorway, which neither of these other rooms do. Simon climbing up on the table.
Fancy little lad, and he needs to eat at the right side, the proper side of the table.
But he's not. He like climbed up on the table. He's like having at this fish like Gollum. Disgusting.
I mean, the thing we haven't really talked about is that this whole setup is a form of child abuse, right?
Yeah, no, I guess you're right. I can't disagree with that, really.
Don't like the way any of these cut off
Yeah.
a potential entrance.
So we could re-roll.
Why don't we
At this point,
re-roll?
we're not really looking for anything in particular.
That keeps it open.
Except that it means we can't access the left side. None of these let us access the left side, so I guess we're taking the fucking gift shop. We still have lots of space to like encounter rooms. We just need to get the thing open. Man. Dew dry finish, water resistant treatment. Look at how fancy these tents are. There's nobody here. Simon, you fucking bitch, just steal some tents. Why are you such a why are you such a baby? I mean, we've seen one of these postcards elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's about time you visit Mount Holly. We've never actually looked at these before. I give up. I'm stumped.
All right.
We're being openly mocked by the household staff. Merry Christmas. Stay safe this okay, well. A little bit of a nudge if you haven't put that one together yet. It did take me a minute. These ones are just blank. Anything that can't be in a position, anything that's in a position where it's not really going to be mocking me, they just left it blank. They don't even care. Okay, so we got to get one of these open.
Yeah.
I guess let's head to the passageway and start popping open doors. What are we looking for? It's a pretty small list of rooms. Kennel's not very good. Pantry at least gets us out to the correct direction.
Yeah, so rooms that have the there's the secret garden, which we won't get without the secret garden key.
Correct.
The weight room has.
Let me start up here.
I forgot what the weight room has.
The
Has one of the levers.
Yeah, the weight room has a lever, certainly.
I don't remember which lever.
Take this, even though we don't need this room specifically, just to get... Aha! Aha! Well, we have the ingredients for a power hammer now. I know I was a little curious about whether it would be useful in the tomb, because I don't think we were taking it down there. And some of the walls down there are a little suspicious. So it might be worth...
We did take it down there. We did break down some walls. Didn't we?
No.
What did we do? Oh, right. We did the... Never mind.
Yeah, we did the...
I'm a big dumb.
The fire starter.
Right.
Yellow.
Look at your face.
Pretty adorable. Pretty adorable little hounds. Greenhouse has a lever.
Greenhouse? Right. That we used the broken lever for, right?
Oh.
Hey! That's a good one, too.
Okay, free metal detector. That is a good one. No power hammer for me, but... Now we can go get our throne, or our crown, try to take it to the throne, see if anything happens. Okay, and also dirt. Cool, an old tin can. I love it. A few unimpressive pebbles. I love it. Amabel.
Yeah.
I don't actually love it.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I'm outraged. I'm furious.
Do you think when they cut out the letters to make the ransom note, to cut it out with the shears?
I hope so. I hope that it was a big weird, awkward situation for everybody
Yeah.
while they were assembling their ransom note. That's like, I'm human garbage, but you're the most wonderful person in the world, and I love you, and that's why I'm blackmailing you. Thanks for the basement key. Thanks for room 46. I love it. Okay. Wait. Isn't the crown... Isn't the crown usually right here?
Yeah. Did we coat check the crown?
I bet we did. That sounds like you. That sounds like your interference.
Get back down here. Okay, well.
Because I would have been like, whatever, it's not that hard to get to the antechamber. We'll just get to the 46 again. Okay, well, now we got to go get the code check somewhere.
Well, I was hoping to be a double crown. In my defense.
That makes sense. All right. Well, shall we see if we can find a code check?
Yeah. Amabel, you stupid bitch.
Hey. Be nice to you. You're a fucking delight. Everybody says so. Alright, so I'm going to just poke my head in the mailroom real quick just to verify. Indeed, no additional letters. We are done with letters. You know, can I tell you, I'm actually like a little excited about the fact that the next time we draft the boxes thing, we'll be done with the boxes. And that's, I think, like a good example of the insidiousness of this fucking video game. The way it gets inside your head and turns you against yourself. Because I should be very annoyed at the fact that it's made us do this thing that sucks and is boring and repetitive in order to eventually gain access to a room that we probably should have gotten access to just by having, you know?
Yeah.
All right, let me...
I have more appetite than you for games that are mean to me on purpose, but they do be mean to me on purpose for a purpose more.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like the game knows that it's mean. Hi, fish.
Yeah, I definitely, I can agree with that. I do feel like there's an obliviousness to the design, it feels like, that's kind of frustrating.
I guess conservatory keeps us going.
If we're specifically looking for the code check room, we don't want to take the reading nook because it'll fill one of the slots on the next draft.
Yeah.
Even though it would be nice to have a key. Oh. Turns out there was a key in here anyway. We can change the commonality of these rooms. Okay. It's commonplace. Unusual. At this point, I think it's fine that this is unusual.
Yeah.
This I might dial down to standard.
Okay.
Just like a source of more keys, right?
Yeah.
As much as it is a little worrying to bring a dead end down. Okay. Workshop gets us that last corner room, as well as a compass. I kind of want to make the fire starter.
Okay.
And then maybe coat check that. If we find the
Okay.
coat check room, swap this out and
That makes sense.
Since we can no longer make the power hammer because we spent our broken lever. I guess... I don't guess it matters hugely.
Yeah.
Pull a dead end out of the pool. Plus this gets us a little inspiration. A little bit of strength from our sweet, sweet darebird. So...
I mean, I will say this.
Mm-hmm.
If they published a Swimbird book, I would probably get a copy.
Well, this is a bummer. These all break it. I guess leaving a break room near the front of the house is not horrible.
Yeah.
Place where we can keep the key card.
We can at least go to the foundation, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're not locked yet. Okay, 1 plus 2 is 3 times 2 is 6 times 3 is 18. Okay, -5 times 3 is -15 plus 18 is 3 times 3 is 9. 4 minus 8 is -4 squared is 16. Okay, easy. Okay, so is the only door left is the foundation?
Excuse me.
It's not ideal.
Nope.
It does seem like the code check is like weirdly rare, right?
We didn't make it rare, did we? We wouldn't have done that.
I might have been like, hey, you know what sucks is dead ends. And to be clear, I'm correct about that. I mean...
Yeah.
Shield, fire starting device. I guess I need to poke my head in here. And mace.
We already have a fire starting device.
Yeah. Drafting, you can equip the knight's shield to ignore the negative effect of any one red room. You know what? Like... We ran out of shelters.
Oh yeah, we start with another star. Okay.
Yeah, that still does
worth
something.
it.
I mean, the money's not meaningful at this point, right? We're not gonna
Yeah.
fucking buy out the shop. Yeah. Well, we we finally get our 2 dice when there's no more rooms to draft.
So I did ruin the run, it looks like.
It might be the case. Maybe that's what happened. Is there any reason we would draft anything other? Not really.
Not really.
Taking the dormitory. Oh, look at all those steps. Yeah, we did it. Because this is not the one... No, this is not the one with the blessing thing in it. Okay. That's fine. So...
Can you check the room directory from here?
Yeah. What's up?
Can we find out how rare the coat check is?
Maybe. Let's see here. Coat check. Stop me if you see it, in case I miss it.
Coat check.
It is standard.
All right.
It's by a huge margin the rarest standard room. We're missing one room. Yeah, there's one found floor plan missing, right?
Yeah.
All right, so the good news is we got some more information. Let me take a second here. I'm gonna just pull up those screenshots that we just took. And let's see. Do I feel like we got information here enough to solve some sanctum riddles? You know what? Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe. Let's head down to
All
the
right.
let's head down to the thing and earn ourselves some rewards. Also, we learned an Arajan word. Every time that happens,
Yeah.
it's potentially meaningful. Okay. So, run. Damn it. Wait. How do I handle this now? Well, you know what we can do is we can just take the boat over there, right?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't actually have to swap this because we left this at the height where the boat is usable. Okay, weird white screen flash. My understanding is that this is now skippable. Hooray.
Oh, okay. That's the thing is, I know from reading a little bit about the game, they spent like 6 years play testing, and like,
I don't believe that.
well, in development, a lot of time play testing the puzzles and whatnot, but someone
Oh,
had to
wait
have
a
said,
second. I'm being
"Hey, these
doofus.
cutscenes. Hey, these are no like." How did they not? How did?
Yeah. So we have the other half of this somewhere. Amabel,
Yeah, you took a screenshot
do
of
you
it
see
somewhere.
that?
Buried floor plan 10.
Do you see it? Where? Hold on just a goddamn second. Okay, looking at. Sorry, I know this is happening largely off camera and is maybe not the most exciting thing in the universe. Just digging into my digging into my screenshot library here, my unsorted screenshot library because I'm a professional. Goddamn it. Yeah, because the other half of this is down here somewhere. Actually, it's not the other half. This is torn into at least 3 pieces. Part of it is in the tomb with the Reaper. It doesn't look to me like this part has a 10 on it. So where's the other part of this?
I thought we had like a full map somewhere.
We
Like a full copy.
we do have a full map somewhere. Yeah, let me keep looking. Sorry, again, I know it is like a pain in the ass that I don't have a proper.
While you're doing that, let me tell you,
Yeah,
viewers,
tell us the story.
So this game, by the time you watch this, it will be like, I don't know, December maybe, but we're on June 1st, and I tell you, I want to be on the other side of this. It was we've done put a lot of hours into it, and I know I've seen people say, well, you got to go with the flow. You can't go into it with a plan. You got to go and see what possibilities are open. But at this point, I do just want to solve the puzzles.
Yeah, also that's absolute bullshit. That is just people trying to come up with a reason that the thing is not built badly. And like that it's such a short-sighted way of thinking about things, because what happens when you do run out of, like, they're like, it's okay because there's 10 things to do, so you could just make progress on any one of them. And first of all, that's only true if you make enough progress to justify the time spent. There's a lot of people out there who are like, well, I did a 45-minute run, but I got one thing, like I found one clue, so I'm going to call that progress, even though that's insane by the standards of any real puzzle game. But also, that idea only holds as long as you think there's infinite puzzles in the game, because otherwise there's going to come a point where you have solved away a lot of the stuff and there are only one or two things left to do, and that at that point that logic stops working, right?
Yeah.
By the way, I found the place where we got that stamp from originally.
Yeah, where's
It was
that?
the letter in the freezer had a stamp.
Okay, so that's pretty recent, actually.
Yeah, it actually was.
Okay. So, yeah,
Also, you're never going to believe this, but I don't have a screenshot of the correct other. I have a screenshot of another chunk of this map, but I don't have. It's torn in such a way that it's clear there's a third piece, and I don't have a screenshot of the third piece. But I feel certain we've seen the other half of this message.
I feel certain we have as well.
Which it means that we just didn't take a picture of it. I just didn't take a picture of it when we saw it, probably. Which is, that's me. That's classic me. 10,000 screenshots and always not of the thing that we need them to be of. I'm annoyed. Okay.
Well,
I'll figure this out. I'm sorry.
That's okay. In the meantime, do you want to go look at that sanctum?
I'm trying to think, where would it be? Because the thing is, I realized, I think I'm being goofy. I think we...
Oh, is it in the tomb?
No, the part that I just...
The piece was in the tomb.
Amabel, you gotta work with me a little bit here. The other piece that I do have a screenshot of is in the tomb.
Did you say that to me?
Yes.
I don't remember.
Seconds ago. I'm wondering if it's down here. Somewhere. Right? The thing I needed to do, by the way, was to go further down this tunnel, not to cross the water. So I needed to cross the water back, because I'm a goober.
Okay.
That might be it over there, actually. Oh, I wonder if that is. Because if it is, we can get over there. With the gears in this alignment. I'm pretty sure. I remember we wanted to come over here and check and make sure this thing wasn't lightable anyway. No, this is the full map. And notice it still says buried floor plan here, but there's no number. Or is there? Man, I do wish I had not transformed our magnifying glass into a fire starter. I thought we were done with it. Well, shit. I don't think
we're never done.
We're never done.
Do you take a screenshot of that?
This I have a screenshot of already. The full one. But the one that has the bit that has the other half of that phrase on it is what we need.
Oh, right. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, let me turn this back so that we can leave. And I know we've seen it. I know we've seen it because I remember looking at it during the scrub through the footage thing.
Yeah. I'm generally more in favor of games being assholes to you and wasting your time than you are.
Yeah.
But I like it when I'm very conscious of what they're doing and they know that's what they're doing, because there's a sense of dialogue in a way between you and the game or the game's creator.
Yeah, and I do think that like the guy who made this would tell you that that's not what he's doing. Right?
Yeah.
All right. So our cherries. Yes?
Our cherries. Yes, which is stormy. It
is yellow. So I'm getting my stuff in order here. And looking at the stamp that we found for our cherries, it shows "Together we weather." It shows a big like industrial tower, like a smokestack. All right.
Okay.
So let's get that up and let's get the relevant pages of this book up. Okay. Sorry, I'm just making sure here.
Yeah.
All right, so I also got to remember which thing does which thing. Okay, so this could be industrial. If we're to take the smokestack to mean that, and that's like a little, that's that. One of these moves multiple things at once, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one. Okay, so in order to change the rays, we need this. And the rays we're looking for here are...
So they look like lightning bolts.
No, but the travel system.
Oh.
We think train system for our cherries, right? Because the train system was built across all 3 regions.
Yeah.
Oops, I didn't mean to do that. So we need the arrangement that looks like it's just 3 lines in a Y shape. Why do there have to be so many? There we go. Okay. Now we want them to look like lightning bolts, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and the outer part, sorry. In order for the outer part to be the yellow that we need it to be, yellow looks like a zigzaggy line. Yeah. I think that's right. Okay.
Okay.
So now we want this, but that changed our zigzaggy line, so now I have to fix this part. Okay, the color goes last. I gotta remember that the color goes last. Okay.
There you go.
The stamp solved it. So, puzzle box. Archaries was the very first realm to introduce a new color to the traditional monochromatic tiles of the box. Given the number of ship routes and trade relationships between the 2 realms, this is not surprising. Fittingly, the variation itself was based on the brass compasses manufactured in Archaries that were often traded to sailors in exchange for the valued Moragi puzzle boxes. When yellow tiles are pressed, they move north, which is a thing we know from previous puzzles, but it is kind of cute that now we understand why that's the case. I'm trying to remember what everything does.
I'm trying to imagine a culture to like, oh, I love these puzzle boxes. I'll trade this for a compass.
So the black tiles... Okay, hold on. The black tiles chase. The yellow tiles move up. And the green tile does something. We got to figure out a way to get one of these yellow tiles down a space. Is the critical thing. So there's some situation under which the gray or green tiles does something else, but I don't remember what it is exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
And the black tiles chase.
The black tiles like cause their row to move. Don't the black tiles like the black tiles conquer? Red tiles conquer black tiles, right? Was the the Fenaries thing, which makes political sense now. What is this? What does the green tile do? This is just allowance. It's not like critically important, but it is, you know. But it matters to me. Oh, right. It jumps over the middle. It swaps the middle with the... It doesn't look like it's useful here because it's in the middle.
Okay.
So I need to chase this to a corner and then swap it down so that it can push the green tile somewhere else. And then we need to... Actually, I guess all I need to do is swap the green to the bottom. Right, and then chase, push this up here, flip that down, chase, flip that across, and then get this here and flip that down. There we go.
Did it.
Hooray, allowance. You know, there are still things we can't buy easily. It matters a non-zero amount. What a weird, conspicuous little gap in the wall. Anyway. Some kind of instrument? Let's get a nice picture here. And here. Rennebaum in Arch Aries, the first city of steel. We arrived here after a few days of sailing, and it made me realize how much more convenient it would have been in the old days when the railway travels extended all the way north. Arch Aries is a destination with which I am well acquainted, having traveled here countless times on business for Cinca. This time, however, I will avoid the familiar towns and factories, and will instead trek along the northern coast, an area with which I am wholly unfamiliar. Okay, so he sailed to Arch Aries. I'm sure that'll be a valuable connection. Okay, what's up next? Next is Eraja, yes?
Yeah.
So.
Which we know is purple.
Yeah, we know Eraja is purple. We are assuming also a railway.
It is.
So let's get that settled.
Poetic.
Yep. Okay, railway locked in. Then... Do we know the weather? Let me look at the stamp. The appropriate stamp here would be this one. It's raining.
Okay.
Which one's rainy?
Raining, so there's parallel lines. Like 3 parallel lines.
Okay, that one.
Yeah.
All right. Then poetic is the little partial page, right? Oh no, sorry.
Like a
Poetic is a flower.
flower, yeah.
You could see where I would think it might be like you write down your poems. Oops, stupid twitchy hands. Okay, poetic. And then we just gotta make it purple. Which looks like that. Violet is this one. So we're good, yeah?
Yeah.
It hesitates just long enough before starting to slide down to make me think I'm wrong every single time. It is a great cruelty. Alright, the puzzle boxes of Morajai spread to Araja not through port towns as they had in other realms, but by train routes from the north. When violet tiles were introduced, they were created as a simple reflection of the variation first introduced by Arch Aries some years later. When violet tiles are pressed, they move south, because, you know, same logic. So, similar puzzle.
Yeah.
Okay, when you press the red one, it turns the... Sorry. When you press the red one, it turns the black one red, which is just bad. It's just bad. It doesn't do anything of value at all. Okay, so... How do I pull one of these purples? It's necessary to do this. Swap you to here. And then... It's actually a little more complicated then, isn't it? So we can move south. But these yellows only want to move north. So I can chase you to there. But what does that accomplish? So the problem here is that I need to move... What happens if I press the red when it's... Okay, the red always flips to black even when they're not adjacent. How do we... Amabel, help.
I don't know.
I need to get this green into a position that isn't the middle of the top row. But
Yeah.
horizontal motion is not easy to achieve here. I guess, okay, so the idea is you gotta do this, you gotta swap one of these, then you gotta swap one of these things. You gotta use the purple to get this into this row. Swap a yellow to the bottom. Now I can swap this to the corner, and then the yellows go up, the purples go down. I can... stop it. Because I'll need to get another purple upward, which is the tricky part.
So you need to have like a green up.
If I swap you
there and
here,
a purple.
Yeah, and then I swap this corner. We do that, and then we rise this yellow up to here, allowing me to swap that to there. But then I have to swap this to here so that I can move this row. Trade the blue for the, or trade the purple for the green, and now we can get them into the corners.
I never understand how this works. I'm glad that you do.
It takes a little bit of figuring each time, but we're getting there.
Yeah, I just can't follow it.
The trick is you're solving it backwards, right? Like you know what the desired ending configuration is, or at least part of it, and so you have to construct the set of moves backwards to reach the position that you're in now.
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed that there has not been a drop of rain during my time here, as every Araucan story I have ever heard has begun with rain. I suppose the anecdotes I make on this trip will have to do without that flavorful setting. However, even without the rain, the puddles and ponds that dot the countryside make this place feel different than home. Lorja Yena Ajlor Loon. Lorja, it's probably Lorja. Lorja Yena Ajlor Loon. Herbert. Huamdo. Hold on. Let me just take a little crack at this with my extremely house. Yeah. Am is a standard particle, I believe, though, too.
Are you sure it's not a verb that they borrowed?
Amabel?
That's still.
Are you being salty? Are you being a little bit salty?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Sorry, I had to construct a kind of a language puzzle at one point.
You did.
I'm upset when someone half-asses it.
Yeah, well, they just made a thing that is a puzzle without making a thing that like makes sense as the thing that it's pretending to be.
Yeah, which again is like is a big part of my whole deal. So I understand that different people have different priorities.
Yeah, I'm with you though. I do
Also,
like it's important to get those parts right too.
can you imagine also a place that's just famous for having like shit weather, and just you're disappointed it didn't rain?
What's shit weather?
Well, he's disappointed there hasn't been a drop of rain. Every story begins with it raining, and it's like that's
I would almost always rather it be raining than not.
true, but you don't. And
Am
kinda
is
the
Am
same
is
way.
large.
How's large though?
How's large though? Have a big house. Yeah, I don't have dough off the top of my head. Well, whatever.
Well, it's a deer, a female deer.
I refuse to participate in the bit. Just a general sort of principle, really. Like,
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
okay. Next up,
So
Kararika, right?
yes, which I think is orange.
Kararika is indeed orange. It's also snowy.
Okay.
What do you got? What do you got as far as snowy?
Yeah. Snowy. So I don't have snowy written down because as I started to write them down, you said I took a screenshot. So I stopped writing them down. You wouldn't give me time to write them down.
That doesn't seem like me.
So, that's heat. That is cold.
Yeah. Cold seems right.
That was cold. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we have cold. The stamp is a picture of like a big statue. I don't really know what to like make of this as far as what it would tell us about their moats.
It could be academic.
It could be a shrine, spiritual. I don't think it makes. Oh, we do know that Kararika is where the university is, though.
Yeah.
Right, so it probably doesn't matter that this is a whatever it is. Because, yeah, academic's going to be right.
Yeah, well, academic, the mode is like 3 little hashes.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Then... So this one's right. Oops. Shoot, I touched the wrong one. Sorry. I gotta wheel this all the way back around because I'm a big dummy. Sorry. Okay. This is the one I wanted. We have to decide Kararika. Do we know anything about Kararika's transportation?
Not offhand, not that I can think of.
Okay. And it doesn't really look to me like there's anything in the stamp image.
Yeah, I'm not able to see it, so I can't tell you. On the map,
Mm-hmm.
do I still have the little map image I made when we're trying to do that thing? I'm trying to see if they have any ports, maybe. If like, what are the transport ones again?
So the transport ones, naval capabilities, roads, streets, and carriages, horseback, a train system, aviation, dirigibles, camels, and of course, turtleback travel, which we know is one. Shoot, I'm trying to think now. Was the kid's room?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if there's a hint in the kid's room. to this that I just was blithely ignoring because we were busy. Because we were busy picking up 1,000 other clues.
Do you want to try the ships? Because it's a big landmass with a lot of like inland, like a lot of places that look like to be good bays for ports. I'm just taking a stab at the dark there. I don't know how many rays that is.
Yeah.
So I don't have that document.
So naval capabilities is a big 8-star of things. I bet there's a hint to this in the room, and we could run upstairs and try to find it. There we go. That's naval. And then just got to correct the color for orange, which is little triangles. That one. Okay. Well, it doesn't spin out, and we're sure we've got all the other pieces right, so we could probably just like jam this.
Well, we need to get the color.
Do I not have orange? Oh, it's change. Right, it changes the thing every time. So I have to do that while changing the thing to orange. That's how they make it annoying. Okay, so that one's orange now. Okay, it was that.
What one is that for my?
That is roads, streets, carriages.
Okay.
Yeah, I am absolutely not above brute forcing if we get 4 of the 5 elements.
No, that makes sense.
Far from the port towns of the lesser islands, the academics of Korarika were among the last strongholds where the puzzle box fad spread. Unlike other realms whose regional rule variations emerged organically over time, the students of Korarika designed orange tiles by committee, voting on student-submitted designs and picking the one they felt best represented the realm. When these tiles are pressed, if the majority of adjacent tiles share a color, the pressed tile changes to that color. Interesting. So, orange. Oh, but sorry, it's just when the orange tiles are pressed, because if you press the black one, it just does the chase. Okay. And the green does the swap across. So, and the purples go south. So, we can do this, right? We can grab some of these. What happens if I press an orange? So I'm assuming nothing happens when I press an orange if there's a tie for most of a color around it.
Alright.
So the only way we'd ever be able to change an orange to any other color is if it was in either a corner or a side position and we got the 2 purples around it. Is that something that would ever be useful to do? So I can get that to fall and pick up the green. Right.
If you click that,
Flip that, and then I can make this purple. That's like the fact that they work that way suggests that you are supposed to do that at least once during the puzzle.
yeah.
But it's not immediately clear to me that that's a useful thing to do.
Well, let's click it. We can always reset it.
Yeah. So we can make this purple. And then I have to be able to get the black tile. So I have to be able to get an orange tile up into the top row, and I have to get the black tile into the bottom row at some point so that we can move these, right? So if I drop you like that, and then we go black tile to here, swap an orange tile up, then I need to get this moved. Chase the black to there, like this. So I can swap the black tile up, but doing so doesn't actually get me... It doesn't get the orange down, right? But this orange can't be in the middle. I wish I could step backward one move, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So we need to use the purples to reposition the oranges very carefully. So it definitely starts with getting some purples above the oranges, right? That's going to be necessary. Sure. Then we can chase this to like here, and then swap the black back in here so we can move the purples around. We can get ourselves a third purple. This leaves exactly enough oranges to solve the puzzle. Now we need to pull one orange up into the top row. And we also have to swap here. Now, if I pull a purple back up again, I can... It's going to put the black is only going to be able to move the green around, which is a little awkward. So we swap this purple up here. Because the thing is, if I can get another green into the... If I can get another orange in the top row, then we can swap it with green to the bottom row. This guy has to move, right?
Yeah.
And that could happen by swapping the black into the row above it. So like if I do this, and then we put those oranges in the corner where they need to be. We swap the black in here. We can chase the purple to that position. And then... Bam! Easy. It's never been so easy. You know?
Okay.
Look at their cute little trees.
Yeah.
And a speaker vault. I think it's
furnace?
I think it's a little
Oven?
furnace. Yeah. But it's cold, right?
Yeah.
There have been fewer and fewer opportunities the further we travel up into the mountains to attend to my correspondence, and I find myself regretting having brought so many books, as this is the first realm I have visited without porters. Here, every person is expected to carry their own belongings, and if you can't, you throw away, quote, that which is expendable. It's looking like I'll be bringing back fewer souvenirs than I had planned. I never expected to appreciate the cold, but the frigid weather here is a welcome relief from the sweltering shores of Vera. Okay, so he came here after Vera. Also...
Vera is hot and has turtles.
Also, that is 100% rich people... Because other people were going to be carrying his stuff all the time, he brought his whole fucking library on a trip, and it can just be somebody else's problem. Okay, This one is one of the ones that I don't recognize immediately. This is Morajai.
Yes, which should be pink.
Yep, we did the color last. So Morajai is definitely boats, based on the stamp.
Okay.
Wait, was that good? Hold on. Okay, so we gotta get to... Nope, that was it. Damn it. Okay. I'm looking at things on all three of my monitors, and I apologize.
All right.
There it is. Okay. It doesn't help that when it's getting into 8, it doesn't look like it's all 8 until the very last moment of the animation.
Right.
Okay, so it's that, and then it's... What do we have for the moats?
I mean, I don't really. They do puzzle boxes. It's kind of all I know about them.
Yeah.
But there are 8 moats, right? And there are 8.
Yeah, let me grab the Morajai stamp here. It has a big ship on it, but let me see if it has other stuff.
Like if we do process of elimination, if we've used academic, industrial, poetic, martial.
It says so at the bottom of the Morajai thing. It says the White Sea of. I can't read the last word. The White Sea of Toby. I'm not sure.
So the ones I believe we have left.
Yeah.
Are tribal, agriculture, and spiritual.
Okay. Well, do we have all the others? Do we have a weather?
I don't have a weather for Morajai, no.
Yeah, great. Can you read me the weather things?
We have heat, rainy, stormy, cold, and windy are the ones I have.
I mean, it's a sailboat at full sail. Windy, maybe?
Windy, which is going to be like a swoopy... like a swoopy oopy.
Like a swoopy oopy. This one?
No, that's heat.
Okay. That one.
There we go. That's wind.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could buy that. And then the color for this one
Color is pink.
which looks like... pink looks like crenellations. Yeah. All right, so...
All right.
Which moats do we want to try here? I mean, like, they're very oceanic. They're very puzzle boxy. Tribal, agricultural, poetic, spiritual, industrial, academic. Industrial mentions that it has a focus on invention, manufacturing, invention, and production.
All right. We can try industrial.
Yeah.
I feel like because we have 8 of them and there are 8 seals that each will be used, 8 modes each will be used once.
Yeah.
That's spiritual.
Yeah, we can change the modes without
That's
changing
poetic.
anything else. So I can
Okay.
actually just brute force this.
Tribal. That's agricultural.
Oops, sorry. Right clicked. Not Marshall. Uh-oh, it's looking like maybe some other piece of this is wrong. Maybe we do
Well,
have
you
the wrong
didn't
weather.
click it. You didn't click it for the agricultural one. Click out of it and then hit the wheel again.
Okay,
Pretty
I
sure.
think I did, but all right. Well, let's swing it back around. Is this agriculture? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Nope, I totally did. Okay.
All right.
Well, we know the oranges, right? Or we know the colors, right? Right?
Yeah.
We know the pink. We know the C stuff. So it's got to be these rays are wrong.
Yeah.
Oops, boy, that's not where it's so not where I'm clicking. It's really frustrating, actually. What is just straight rays?
I don't know. I don't have that written down.
Cool.
I guess
good,
calm.
Good. Probably not calm, right? That doesn't make a lot of sense. But I am absolutely willing to.
Well, just like temperate weather.
Yeah. I'm absolutely willing to just force it because fuck this. Like, fuck searching for individual clues on each of these realms. We've done a lot of looking and reading already. Okay, so what else could it be? Yeah, it also doesn't help that sometimes I click on one part of the machine and it operates a different part of the machine because they're all really close together and viewed at this like insane angle.
Yeah.
All right. Sea travel seems definitely right.
Okay.
The white sea suggests that like the sea is white because it's choppy, right? Because it's not calm.
Okay. So it might be stormy.
Yeah, maybe this is also stormy. It's not stormy in the picture on the stamp though. It just looks windy. Which really makes me feel like this one's hot, right?
Yeah.
I mean, desperation. Wait, Morajai, hold on. Morajai's not pink, it's white.
Oh, is it white?
Yeah, that's what I have written down.
Okay, I have Morajai as pink and Vera is white. It might be the other way around.
Let me look.
My apologies.
Let me look at my image. I think I have
Yeah, I don't have access to all the images you do, so I'm going off of my notes, which were perhaps inaccurate as we're trying to figure it out.
Okay. Yeah, my notes have Morajai as white. So we might have been completely correct, except... Well, shoot, so I gotta fix the rays first, because the rays are gonna fuck everything up. Okay. And then white, which is just a series of little circles around the outside. Uh-huh. And then... Now motes.
Okay, well, let's try some motes.
So tribal, primitive realm of hunters and gatherers doesn't feel like the thing. Agricultural. I want to try industrial. I'm going to start it at industrial. I'm going to take our actual guess, and then we will force it. Okay. Now the force. Because this machine is a nightmare. Metropolitan, maybe? No?
Okay.
All right. Okay. Academic. Also academic. No? Now we've found our way back around to industrial. So... This at least is the color I have, but the weather is... I mean, this is the weather.
We're pretty sure this is the weather.
I would go so far as to say very pretty sure. Hold on. Let me...
All right.
2 other doors. Let's come back to this.
This one is nuance, which we know is green and dirigibles.
Yeah. Sorry. Like I said, got so many notes open everywhere. This is not nuance. This is Vera.
Not nuance. Okay.
Sweetie, where are your notes from? Where did you compile your notes from?
I mean, these are the notes from like when we were first writing down in the book and trying to jot stuff down.
Okay. Well, I have this as Vera.
Okay, let's go with what you have then.
Okay, so in Vera it is hot. We know that it is sweltering in Vera. We were just told that.
And it's turtles.
And they love turtles. Hot, sweltering turtles. Okay, turtles is for the 4 cardinal directions and also an extra diagonal leg. That one. Okay. What else do we know about nuance? They love... Vera.
Vera is pink.
Vera is... Hold on now. Vera is pink. Yep, okay. I'll buy that for $1. Pink is crenellations. So wait, did you just have 2 written down as pink?
No,
You just corrected them now?
The
Okay.
thing you told, yeah.
Okay. Well, that was it, and I'm looking at... Yeah. Hold on. I gotta wind us back around here.
And then I don't know what their moats are, but...
Would you believe it's not tribal?
Let's...
Agricultural? Farming fish or farming turtles? War turtles? War turtle? That's a Pokemon. Big metropolitan city centers full of turtles. Sort of an academic, learned culture of turtles. The turtle is a very industrious creature, is the thing. And of course, a deeply spiritual one, as turtles do hold the entire world upon their backs. This is why the shape for spiritual looks like a turtle shell.
Okay.
While Morage eye boxes were never as popular in Vera as in other realms, pink tiles were eventually introduced, based on the varied people's devout respect of the sacred circle. When these tiles are pressed, all adjacent and diagonal tiles rotate around the pressed tile. Okay. So white tiles don't do anything, and we can wash orange tiles pink by being very careful about how we do this.
Right.
Wait, how am I gonna make it so... There we go. Okay, now that we have more pink tiles, it's theoretically easier to wash the orange tiles. Okay. Now I need to separate these slightly more. We need to get gaps introduced. There it is.
All right.
That was an easy one. Okay, I accidentally pressed the stop recording button instead of the screenshot button there. I can only blame that one on the monitors so much. That is an adorable turtle friend. Alright. Despite my prejudice against Mother Nature, I own that I have deeply loved my time here at Vera. The memories of the youthful trip I took here with my brother have been relentless, and as I have gotten older, I find less and less occasion to recollect on such trivial pleasures. One thing I do remember vividly, which has not lost a single speck of charm, are the famous turtles. Each visitor of Vera upon arriving is lent one of these hard-shell friends for the duration of their stay, to serve as both steed, guide, and companion. Both of these three things is what it serves as. I am still under the spell of island life, even if the weather here is much more severe than it was on Morajai.
I wonder if Morajai
I guess
just has,
Morajai
like,
is.
temperate
I guess
weather.
Morajai is just calm. Yeah. There's a hint that maybe doesn't exist anywhere else, potentially. So okay, if we go back to the Morajai thing now and we just try that weather. Okay.
I believe it's the straight line.
Yeah.
I don't have the
So
book to check.
the color is circles. Yeah, but white doesn't help me. White is second order information. Okay, color is circles, and then we try all the modes from here. What an annoying process this has been. Alright. Not industrial. Not spiritual, I would imagine. Poetic?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Probably
assume
not.
It's probably going to be agricultural.
Certainly not tribal. Well, they're not tribal. They have fucking three-masted ships. Agricultural, no sail.
Okay.
Martial? I mean, martial makes sense, right? These are like warships. Metropolitan? Academic? Academic also makes sense. Again, the puzzle boxes. And so it would seem that we are still wrong about some detail here. Got me doubting my colors. Well, there's one more left to do, right?
Yeah.
And then all but one of the colors will be spoken for, so we will be sure.
This is nuance.
This is nuance.
Nuance is green, and they have dirigibles.
Nuance is green, and they have dirigibles. Okay, dirigibles look like the 5 upper lines. Oops, that's the wrong thing. It's this one. Okay, do we know the weather in nuance? Let me see here. What's the stamp say? The stamp shows... it's pretty hard to say, actually. It's just kind of clouds. Don't love that. Do we know anything else about nuance? Not super anything, actually. Yeah, I do feel like we're kind of short on information about this one.
Yeah, I'm going to assume they're going to have kind of temperate weather because
Like,
dirigibles, right?
do dirigibles work if it's not windy? How are they propelled?
Well, maybe it's windy. I don't know, actually. I don't actually know a lot about that. So I just assume you don't want to be out there when it's storming all the time. You don't want to be like...
Right, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm going to try windy. Okay. And then green is like a bunch of diagonal lines all go in the same direction. That one. So we think we've got everything except the modes correct?
I think so.
Okay, well, they're not a tribal society, but let's click. Agricultural doesn't really make sense. They didn't lend military support during the war, so it feels to me like they wouldn't be martial. But apparently they are. It just doesn't matter that they didn't. It just didn't feel like it, really.
Look, it's a very nuanced system.
Alright, puzzle boxes became just as popular in the air hangars of Nuance as they had in the ports of Morajai. green tiles were introduced, with an ability that allowed them to instantly jump across the board, as we well know, representing the ease with which air travel conveys its cargo. Okay. Yeah, we know all about the green ones. Okay, so here these oranges must become green. Huh. Why did that turn white? I clicked on it thinking it should have become green, but actually it shouldn't have become anything. Because
the majority.
oh, right. Sorry, it's the orthogonal adjacencies. I always forget that the game has decided that adjacency is a particular way. Okay, so now we've done this. We just got to get these things into the right spots. So we have a purple tile that can be like vacuum to the top to move things up, and a black tile that can be used to rearrange things horizontally if we're just careful. So we swap you. I guess I'm going to need this to go. Sorry. I need this to go down here. Right, so we swap one of those up, and then we swap this to grab you. I don't want to get the black box into the middle row. Is that right?
I don't know.
Okay, that's helpful. Thank you.
I think you figured something else out, though.
What?
I'm gonna take you. You figure this out. I'm gonna send a picture to you.
Okay. Well, actually, I guess if I just get like 2 of these into the right positions, then I can swap them across. Swap you. So I need to get the purple above that, which we can do like this. And then if I swap you, okay. How am I not just creating the same problem over and over again? This is actually a little trickier than I thought it was going to be. I got myself in a loop here. Oh, okay, I see. You think I had the color wrong because the white and the black color indicators are quite similar in appearance, which is correct. You're right. I did have it on the black line. Okay, thank you for figuring that out.
Yeah, but you know what? My note taking did come through in the end a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't want to like.
No, but I'll say I did a better job taking notes for Lorelei. It was a lot easier to organize the notes there.
Yeah. Okay.
And to jot the things down.
So I need to get these cornered correctly. I mean, like, we got to get this into the top row.
Yeah.
But now the problem is that there's no way to move the bottom row without swapping one of the tiles up to the top row.
What do the gray tiles do again?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. They get interacted with by the other tiles. So how do I make this work? If we drop the purple tile in a way that moves the black tile up into the middle row. The black tile's stuck in the middle row forever. Right?
Okay.
So I need to like swap this, get these right, and then swap this. There it is. There it is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I know that I do this. When I see the last like two moves, I stop talking and just do them, and that's like probably the most critical moment to keep explaining what I'm thinking. So I do apologize for the way that makes things unclear. Boy, it is futuristic as fuck down there. Are we sure that this is military? Shouldn't this be metropolitan? These are like arcologies from SimCity 2000. Alright, the Royal East Air Hangar. That's how hangar's spelled. By far my favorite realm I have visited during this trip, but I have always had a penchant for technology and am less moved by the beauty of nature than others. The soot-filled streets and soaring skyscrapers here are just as stirring to me as the mountains of Kararika or the beaches of Morajai. Perhaps I'm just letting my childhood love of dirigiblocks compromise my objectivity. From the shops I have visited, it seems the series is just as popular here as it is back home. Speaking of home, as I look across the eastern sea, I can almost see its shores. I never thought that I would miss the sight of red flags. Okay. So, we're about to have screenshots of all 8 of the postcards. This one? Yeah, this one. Okay, so in my defense,
yeah.
In the book, the black circles it is alternating different size circles, but they're fucking black. And the white circles are white, but they're all the same size. So this is really pretty misrepresented. We're going with columns. Yeah, I just need to change this to these circles.
Okay.
Jesus.
I'm gonna guess agriculture on this one.
You were right. By the way, did you notice how I clicked in? Did you notice how I clicked in exactly the same spot every single time I did that? And on the tribal one, it just didn't attempt it and rolled it to the next one, despite the fact that I didn't move my mouse even 1 pixel. This fucking game is broken. Okay, and this is just the text that is in his room.
Yeah.
Okay. So the goal of each box is to find a thing. Yeah. Okay. What are the yellow? The pink ones rotate. The yellow ones go up. The white ones. I don't remember the actual rules of the white ones, so you don't see them in very many of the puzzles. Each white tile can be pressed and change the color of that tile and the surrounding squares. But only if it's not the surrounding squares, it's just that tile. It's not, not if they're any other color already. But the problem is we need to make things white here. So I need to generate enough white tiles. Okay. And then these are not spaced correctly. Yellows go up. So we need this. All right, that's a lot of allowance. weird little windmill houses. They're big, ridiculous fruits. After a short sea voyage, we arrived on the main island of Morajai last night in good spirits. The people here are belligerent in their politeness, and after spending a full day among the gyrail, I am just as afraid of eating another dish as I am of rejecting their offers. I may try to sneak away tomorrow and spend some time alone with my books, as I have noticed that each realm I have visited has one thing in common. They each have been short on solitude. Yeah, how dare you go to other places and be like, well, there's too many damn people here. I kind of hate Herbert, you know?
I mean, I do. I mean,
he's kind of like actually the worst person.
I do have. I think it's clear probably at this point in the series, but I do have like an inveterate hatred of the rich.
Yeah, well earned. Well
nobility.
earned. We come by it very honestly.
And the fact that we're pretty clear at this point that the end goal of this game is for this little snot to reclaim his rightful throne as Prince whatever.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it. That part I hate.
It's okay, little noble boy. You were secretly an extra different little noble boy all along. Yeah, it
And I feel like
I wonder if it's so you watched a thing about the person who made this. It's British guy?
No, I read a thing.
Okay.
I didn't watch.
Well, that doesn't really. Is it
Well,
it is a British person?
No.
No. It's an American person? Who is this guy?
Some guy in California who runs a magic website.
California, huh?
Yeah. I didn't like look up his genealogy or anything, but
Okay. So I don't see a 10 anywhere. Do you?
no. If we had the magnifying glass.
And here's the thing.
then-
I think on the other bit that I have a screenshot of, the other piece that I do have, I also don't see the 10. So it's possible
also
that we're
don't see
just
the rest of the
missing it
message.
without it's possible that we're missing it without the magnifying glass. But I am wondering if it is on the other part of the map somewhere. And one thing that is actually kind of nice is that there's not much space left after these two.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at it now. So if this is the basement area, wraps down to here. That goes to the cliffside exit. So all this stuff. 7 is the torch chamber. It might be in the tomb area.
That would make sense to me.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
Definitely like to pull the tomb next time. If we could. I mean, I know we don't have control over that, but...
Yeah, and we're for sure looking for the tomb for a couple of reasons, so...
Yeah.
I do not feel that
Yeah.
that is an unreasonable desire.
Yeah. And I want to be clear, that came across a little harsh. There are people who are really into stories about, like, royalty and secret bloodlines. And if you are, you're a terrible person who should rethink their life choices
Amabel.
and should learn about class solidarity.
Okay, we don't necessarily... If you are royalty...
If they can't take a joke. Come on.
Was that a joke? Are you are you sure? Because I'm not sure.
What is Amabel but like a shit post made into a person? But a little gremlin, a little mischief.
Should I take the
made flash.
ladder back up, maybe? Or the foundation elevator back up? I guess it doesn't really matter. Oh, except there's no call button down here. So I actually can't take this, unless you took it down, you can't take this back up. Well, that was some pop-in. Game is dynamically loading and unloading chunks of geometry.
I mean, maybe the game will surprise us, and like there'll be a revolution or a renunciation of the throne. Like that'd be nice. I don't I don't anticipate that, but if
Yeah, given that his mother's crusade seems to have been about returning a crown to its rightful place, it seems pretty unlikely to me, sweetie.
yeah,
There's the watery tunnel. There's the flooded thing, but I don't think it's to do with the flooded thing.
is this our longest run?
Maybe, I don't know. All right. In any case, I'm gonna go up to the thing now, and let's put some push pins in a map, shall we?
Okay.
Don't know what that will reward us, but it is the thing that we were specifically focused on.
Do you think with the postcards you have enough of an idea of?
I think that that's literally the only place where there's any information about this. So.
Yeah. Sure, but so you have screenshots of all the postcards, probably right on hand.
Yep.
I don't, so you also have to talk through the puzzle, and I'll quit.
Yeah, I've seen the other episodes of the series, sweetie. I know. I love you.
I do like being helpful.
I'm sorry. I love you. I didn't realize that was going to hit like it did.
This series is limited because of the nature of some of the information I wasn't able to jot down.
Yeah. I didn't. I'm sorry. I didn't think that was going to hit like that. I didn't mean to upset you.
Oh, we're 2 hours in. I'm a little punchy, probably.
Yeah. Sorry. This is definitely like a late in the evening recording.
Yeah. Also, I feel really dumb about putting that crown in that coat check room. Let me tell you.
Who knows? It may have been my idea.
That doesn't seem likely. You don't even pull a coat check if you can avoid it.
Yeah, I kind of don't think it's very fun. Okay, so we want to run through here. Through here. Okay. Let's figure this out. 8 realms in 8 months. Fucking, what must it be like? I think there's a non-zero chance that if I tried to cross the border of my own country right now, I'd end up in prison for life. Can you imagine? 8 realms in 8 months. Okay. So, we know that... We know that it both started and ended in Fenaries.
Right. So 1 and 8 are both in Fenaries.
Yeah, 1 and 8 are both in Fenaries. Nope. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold on. There it is. Okay. And hopefully those don't need to be put down in some kind of order or whatever. So obviously the postcards for those two are a little bit further apart, but I want to just take a quick look at them. A little bit further away from the rest of my notes. But I want to take a quick look at them before we... Okay, so to start reading from the leftmost door here. Okay, we did the Grand City of Fenaries first. I'm actually writing this last postcard sitting at my desk at home. I suppose I should put forth the extra effort and drop it in the mail for consistency, which he did eventually because it does have a postmark on it. But I'm tempted to save the postmaster a trip as it will just end up here again to join the other 7, which I am pleased to report were all waiting for me safe on my desk, safe as can be. Flipping through them has reminded me of the many friends I made and lessons learned along the way, and as I look back, one truth shines brighter than the others. Air travel is much better than sea travel. Herbert. So, the fact is that doesn't actually tell us anything. If we don't interpret this as a piece of a puzzle, but instead interpret it as just a person writing a thing, all it means is that he at some point air traveled and at some point sea traveled, and he's able to compare the two of them, right?
Yes.
But do you think it's trying to tell us that he air traveled most recently?
I think so, because also I believe the nuance postcard says he could see the red flags.
Well, of course he could. He was in Nuance.
But I don't know. It felt like he was looking towards home, going to be heading back home. So I feel like that. I feel like it is. I feel like nuance is 7.
Okay. All right, sorry, just rearranging things over here. Okay, so you feel like nuance is 7. I guess we'll see. All right, the next postcard, the black one, the Blackbridge Hotel and Spa. 8 realms in 8 months. The objective was simple enough, but in what order, what route, and where to start? Questions like these are ones I tend to ignore, as planning has never been my strong suit. Well then, in the true spirit of adventure, I have departed, forsaking both map and plan, and as it happens, the road has taken me south. It seems fitting to begin the journey visiting a fragment of the Old Kingdom, a landmark as black in realm as it is in name, and a story I feel connected to. Herbert. So he says the road has taken him south. Does it take him all the way to Iraja? Is Iraja second then? Because it says, a road has taken me south. It seems fitting to begin the journey by visiting a fragment of the Old Kingdom, which I guess is, Iraja, right? But he says a landmark as black in realm as it is in name. Because, like, he's talking about going south to Blackbridge, not actually over the border.
Yeah.
The question is whether he continues south from there.
Well, can we read the Iraja?
Yeah, I'm going. Okay. Here we go. Iraja. I was a little disappointed. There's not been a drop of rain during my time here. I suppose the anecdotes of the trip will have to do without the flavorful setting. Even without the rain, the puddles and ponds that adorn the countryside make this place feel different than home. So that makes sense, right? It's his second stop. Okay, I feel like that helps. It solidifies things a little bit. Okay, the Archeries postcard. We arrived here after a few days of sailing, so this is later in the trip.
Yeah.
And it made me realize how much more convenient it would have been in the old days when the railway tracks extended all the way north. Archeries is a destination with which I am well acquainted, having traveled here countless times on business for Cinca. This time, however, I will avoid the towns and hang out the northern coast. So he sailed here most likely from Morajai, and I'm inclined to think that the air travel was right after the sea travel.
Okay.
Right, given the way they were compared, which would suggest this.
Okay.
But we'll see. That's pretty. I think that's pretty loose. All right. So Kararika. There have been fewer and fewer opportunities the further we travel up into the mountains to attend to my correspondence, and I find myself regretting having bought so many books, as this is the first realm I have visited without porters. It's looking like I'll be bringing back fewer souvenirs than I planned. I never expected to appreciate the cold, but the frigid weather here is a welcome relief coming from the sweltering shores of Vera. So that suggests, of course,
Vera. You want to try Vera third?
Vera third, and then Kararika fourth. Yeah, is what I think we're looking at then. Is there a button to press or anything, or is it just gonna... It's gonna probably react if we get it right. Okay. P.S. I ended up forsaking all but one of my books. So he does mention the books somewhere else. Okay. Nuance
Okay.
is by far my favorite realm. Sootfilled streets here are just as strange to me as the mountains of Kararka, the beaches of Morajai. Where was the one where he mentions the crawling away to get with his books? Okay, in the Morajai one, he mentions having his books.
Okay.
So he went to Morajai before he went to Kararka. And
Um.
yeah.
Okay. Well, hang on. Let's
Yeah, you keep
no.
making
I'm
noises like
sorry.
you have something, so what is it?
Can we try going from Iraja to Arch Aries? Because he mentions, sailing, but he mentions sailing being less convenient than when there was railroads previously.
Uh-huh.
And that seems like a salient detail. And that's something that we
So you
have
think
that's a little loose.
he rode home. He wanted to ride home on the railroads. Is what you're
Well, no,
thinking.
I'm thinking he went. I'm thinking that stop 3 should be the Northern Arch Aries.
Okay, let me look at the Arch-Aries letter again here. Arrived here after a few days of sailing, and it made me realize how much more convenient it would have been in the old days when the railway tracks extended all the way north. Okay, I see what you're saying. Like he would have ridden the trail, the
Yeah.
railways all the way from. Okay, so if that's 3,
Also, a few days of sailing feels better than crossing a hemisphere worth of ocean.
yeah, this is really finicky, by the way. All right,
Blueprints.
so you think this is 3?
Mm-hmm.
Let's reconstruct the trip then from here. We've
Okay.
wiggled things about quite a lot now. So okay,
Oh, should the 1 and the 8 be switched? Actually.
I didn't choose to put them where they are.
Oh, okay.
I like let me see if I can actually control this. So I just highlight a country and it goes to a place. See, like
Okay.
I'm not
Yeah. Well,
doing
then.
that.
Okay.
We know that 1 and 8 are both in this thing.
Right.
Okay. So he abandons books in Kararika, but he has his books when he's in Morajai. So Morajai is before Kararika. We know that.
Varys for Kararka because he prefers to wet the cold of Kararka to the heat of Vera.
The frigid weather here is a welcome relief coming from the sweltering shores of Vera. So it would seem
Okay.
to be Vera and then Kararika directly from Vera.
Yeah, which means Morajai is 4th.
Yeah, which means Morajai is 4th. Okay. Well done. Good read on the fucking extremely vague railway thing. A certified copy of the property deed. Lord Arthur Clementine to Lady Orave of Trinsdale. A new Finn Clark Stationers, Reddington, Fennery is satisfied of records. So this is the actual deed to the property, which we were told was ours already. Know all men by these presents that Lord Arthur Clementine, rightful owner of the land that rests in the northern range of the Reddington Mountains, doth grant and convey the bearer of this to the bearer of this document, Lady Orave of Trinsdale, the land, forest, and waters of the sheer cliffs that rest in the northern shadow of the Holly Leaf Mountain, with all the rights, privileges, and appurtenances thereunto belonging. Boundaries. The property of Mount Holly consists of dense woods flanked by cliff walls, irrigated by mountain spring streams, and punctuated by several runoff waterfalls. This area is sheltered between the summit's northern slope and saddle, spanning across 80-odd acres of land. The property is situated southwest of Reddington, bounded on the south by steep crags, and abutting the east by the high road to Tanner Fork. Covenants. I, Lord Arthur Clementine, covenant promise to agree with Lady Oravai, her heirs, and assigns that I am lawfully seized and possessed of the said premises, that the same are free and clear of all encumbrances, that I have good rights to sell and convey the same to the said Lady Oravai, her heirs and assigns, and that I will warrant and defend the same against all lawful claims and demands whatsoever. In hand and seal, I make my mark in the grand year of Fen Aries, 1912, Lord Arthur Clementine. 1912. I'm just going to make a quick note in my timeline. Okay. Clean that up in a minute. All right, so that's all that we get there. And here, the last will and testament of me, Herbert S. Sinclair. We have already heard this, or at least some of it, right, in the opening cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
I, Herbert S. Sinclair, of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament. I hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I declare that I am not and have never been married and have no children. First, I direct that all my debts and outstanding expenses be paid as soon after my decease as possible. Secondly, I direct all the servants and staff in my employ at the time of my death shall be granted indefinite leave to be paid out of the reserves of my estate, set aside for such occasion, until such a time as the new master of Mount Holly bids their return. In the event that the aforesaid reserves for this purpose are depleted before a new master of the estate is found, I direct my executor to make provisions for their future employment, and to do so in a manner that is just and equitable to all parties involved. Well, if he said it has to be just and equitable. Nope, don't do that. Do this. Thirdly, to my faithful valet, Hartley Ruota, I hereby gift him the lake house in Trinsdale as a small measure of gratitude for his many years of unwavering loyalty and devoted service. This we knew because of the note that he left to Hartley in his room.
Mm-hmm.
I direct that my executor take such steps that as are necessary to transfer ownership of said lake house to Hartley Ruota, and should use all reasonable efforts to persuade him to accept the same. Furthermore, to my cousin Tillin's 2 children, Courtney Farine and Rygard Farine. Okay, this is cousin Courtney. We've never heard of Tillin or Rygard before, I don't think, but Courtney wrote one of the red letters.
Okay.
Who have sometimes been impulsive and hasty in their actions, I grant to each a cuckoo clock set eternally on the sacred hour, for only time will tell when they are ready to slow down enough to appreciate the gifts bestowed upon them with the patience and wisdom that comes with maturity. In the case that Lionel Epson should return from his travels abroad, or in the event that any of his heirs should present themselves, I bequeath to him or them, as the case may be, the diary and its related key, which formerly belonged to his sister, Clara Epson, which I have kept in her room beside her grave respectively, and respectfully. So if you didn't know that the key was there, this would tell you. In addition, it is my fervent desire that the gallery, along with all the artwork contained within, be bestowed upon the Reddington Museum of Art, including the sculptures, exhibits, and the entire collection of drawings by Christopher Manson, comprised of 4 pieces entitled, Here's a Hint for the Names of the Paintings. This generous donation shall be made 1 year hence, following the date of my earthly departure, when it will be removed from Mount Holly's draft pool. Do you think they actually bother to do that? No, they can't, right? Because it would make some of the things unachievable. I bet they went ahead and said this and then don't even follow through on it. Moreover, to the Grand Cathedral of Iraja, I bequeath 8 stone statues sculpted in the likeness of the 8 Ajaran angels. Orinda, Lydia, Rina, Joya, Dauja, Vea, Mila, and Draxus. Draxus gets to be an angel. That's sweet. These sculpted figures have been in the Sinclair tomb for multiple generations, and even though there has been much debate over their natural numeric order, they have nevertheless remained steadfast in their safeguarding of our family's secrets. I trust they will continue to provide the Cathedral of Iraja the same level of stewardship. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I had the names of 6 of them. What is I missing? We didn't have Lydia, and I don't have Draxus marked as an angel. So, Orinda, Lydia, Rinna. I mean, it's interesting that they say all their names. Why do we need to know the names? Because this is not the only thing, right? There's several things that are hinting the names at us. What is the point of us knowing all of their names?
Yeah, I'm not seeing a I can't see a way to a way to rearrange the letters or anything to. Yeah, I don't know.
There's been some debate about their natural numeric order. I wonder if the order that they're given here is the same as the order in the cathedral. We have a cathedral. We can go look.
Okay.
And if it's not, I actually wonder about that too.
Okay.
Okay, but that's notes made. Shit. Clicking back into the game closes the thing. Okay. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece Mary Matthew, all the rest, residue and remainder of my estate and of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly, as a token of the cordial and affectionate friendship for which nearly a half century his grandmother, Clara Epson, has shown me. The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate. This room, among other things of value, holds the physical deed to the entire estate, which we've now found, as well as many other personal effects. Location of the room has been kept a secret. Yep. Uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. That's interesting that he spells manner that way.
Mm-hmm.
As you remember, we were speculating that there might be a time limit or something based on this bit of opening text, but the fact that manner is spelled this way here gives away that in fact it's not. He's talking about the place itself. That would be a lot more clever if they let you know that's what the fucking will said at the beginning of the game. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, his gift shall lapse. The above clauses and provisions pertaining to that clause shall be considered null and void. The rest of my estate shall be disposed of and gifted to the Orindian Heritage Foundation under condition that the house be immediately winnowed and sealed with explicit instructions and allowances that the site shall not be reopened until black flags are once again flying over Oris or 110 years have passed since my death, whichever day shall come first. Yeah, fuck you, everyone who might want to live here. As one final gift to my grandnephew Simon P. Jones, regardless of whether he finds room 46 or not, I leave and bequeath to him the original manuscripts of his mother's works that were produced here, under the roof of her childhood home. These preliminary draft copies include red prints, which she wrote while visiting the estate during the brightest of her days, and a new clue, which she penned here during the darkest. Then why the hell did I have to pay for a new clue?
But the draft copy of Red Prince we found in... Where did we find that?
We haven't seen a draft copy of the Red Prince. We've seen an early... Yeah, okay, I guess it's referring to draft copies. See, the way this is worded with the... If it didn't say the word copies there, I might argue that its preliminary draft copy only includes Red Prince, because that's not a place where a comma should be. And it's fucking fouling up the meaning of the sentence. Okay, so there are draft copies of these two books somewhere that we've not seen, because we've seen a printing of Red Prince before she changed the ending, but I wouldn't call that a draft copy, would you? Like, it's a professionally finished book.
And we heard how it goes originally the first time we opened the room.
Yeah. I hope that in due time and in the natural order of things, you will come to be content as I have with what little of herself she left us. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993, Herbert S. Sinclair. Well, I gotta be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's less than I'd hoped for.
Yeah.
It's not nothing as far as puzzles go, but it's certainly less than I had hoped for. So somewhere there is to be found a copy of the Red Prince and a copy of the draft copies. Whether he finds room 46 or not, I leave and bequeath to him the original manuscripts of his mother's works that were produced here. But he doesn't mention where they are. I hope that in due time and in the natural order of things, and the natural order of things is bolded. What do you make of it?
I mean, it's a clue, but I don't know what that clue signifies.
In the natural order of things. I mean, it almost like what's ordered in here?
The angels.
The angels. Like it almost seems like it's a clue telling you to do this, except that you have to have done this puzzle to see this.
Okay, so
the cathedral is, or the chapel is all the way back there. Okay.
Yeah, let's check the chapel and check if that's the same order. Because if it's not, then we try that order.
Once again, requiring us to draft the tomb.
Yeah.
In a place where there is no way to force the drafting of the tomb. Okay.
Yeah.
Draxus was at the end, which suggests that it's the right cloister. So Orinda. That's Orinda, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
And that's Rinna, which would have been first. So the order that they're given in the letter is a different order than they're given in the chapel.
Okay, then we need to try. Then we need to try that order in the tomb, and maybe that's where the
because Joya is fourth in the thing we just read. Dauja is fifth. Okay, so we have to draft the tomb. Provided. Amabel.
Yeah.
Provided. We said that we were headed toward a particular goal.
Yeah.
We have now achieved this goal.
Right.
Talk to me.
Okay, so I mean, I want to follow your lead here, because part of me is like, okay, we did the thing, that's enough, but now I do want to get into the diary. I do want to take the crown into the throne room. This is the thing with this game; it's really insidious because
it pulls
the puzzle stuff.
It pulls you along. And then waste a bunch of your time, and it rewards you eventually, but not like in a way where like
a little bit.
It rewards you eventually a little bit, and at after a variable amount of time and effort. Like this is exactly the Skinner box style of conditioning, right?
Yeah.
This is the variable reward one that was really insidious.
Yeah, and this is why we're still playing it.
I'm calling it a day in this room here so that we have
this is run 66, right?
This was day 66.
Okay. I'm going to say if we can't pull the tomb by the end of day 69, then we should call it.
Okay.
Unless you feel strongly otherwise.
Can we re-roll the outside area?
I don't.
We've never had dice for it. But maybe it's worth, since we have a common room that gives dice, maybe it's worth pushing into the house a little bit to try to get the boudoir to get 2 dice before we draft the outside.
Okay, we can try that.
We'll try coming at it that way.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. What a
2.5 hours.
What a fucking episode. You know, we did like it was always going to be the case that the one where we finally solved the sanctum keys was the sanctum sigils was going to be long. So we did it. We did it. We solved a bunch of puzzles. It's good to have a bunch of puzzles crossed off. I just wish that the game was a little bit more respectful of the time that we have to spend between the parts where we get to do the puzzle solving. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we're very close to clearing that tunnel. We're very close to... We now have 7 trophies. We're very close to being able to at least have a look at what the blue tent would cost us. Maybe also being able to buy it. You know, who knows? Stuff. There is stuff. There is stuff to do, and we're going to try to do it. And we'll see you then.